Thanks for joining us for our deep dive. Today we're in Acts chapter 1, verses 9 through 11. It is the ascension of Christ. And Christ does something that absolutely amazes his followers. Now, to say that Jesus amazed his disciples would be an understatement. From the very start of his ministry, when Jesus does the first miracle at a small wedding, or when Jesus alienates the Pharisees that they saw as great allies, or when these people are following him and the group is getting so large, they want to make Christ king. And instead of letting that happen, Christ drives them away by things that he says. See, they were amazed. They didn't understand why Christ was doing what he did. And then when Christ is crucified, remember, they didn't see that coming. A matter of fact, Peter tries to rebuke him when he says he has to die. And then for 3 days, they're in agony unto the resurrection. And then, oh my goodness, they are so excited to see Christ and to see now he has a supernatural body. He has the ability to appear and to disappear, to do these things, miracles again, things that are amazing. And yet they don't know the plan of the church at that point. For about 40 days, Jesus teaches the church. And then he's teaching them the verses before, and he's giving the last commands that they are to do, to take the message of the gospel to the whole world. And then all of a sudden he does a Superman. I mean, he takes off. And they see Jesus starting to rise, something he'd never done before. And like a helium balloon going higher and higher, they're straining until they can't even see him. It's gone in the clouds. And they look, and there's two men in white robes there that say, why are you looking for him? And in heaven, don't you know he is going to come back the way he left? And they're basically called then to go into Jerusalem and to start the church, to do what God has called them to do, to take this gospel and go from Jerusalem to Judea, Samaria, to the uttermost parts of the world. The problem was he didn't leave them a plan. He didn't tell them exactly what to do. They had to follow the guidance of the Holy Spirit. They had to make disciples as he was calling them to do, but they didn't have a plan laid out. They had to trust God and the direction of the Holy Spirit step by step by step. Have you ever thought in your life how, man, wouldn't it be great if I had a plan? If God laid before me where my life was going to go and what I needed to do at each step? Guess what? We don't have that plan either. But we have the Holy Spirit to direct us and guide us. And we now have God's written word that you're going through to give us direction and insight. And you know what? He will come again one day like he left. And we want to hear those great words, well done, my good and faithful servant. Guys, thank you for joining us today in our deep dive. Continue on, and just as you see the church following the direction of the Holy Spirit, look each day, how can you follow the direction of the Holy Spirit in your life?